Sziasztok! Hát úgy gondoltam, hogy ugye a pokoli szomszédok után megint egy kis retrózás, bár ez azért egy jóval fiatalabb játék, de ettől függetlenül, ahogy kijött az utolsó része, gyakorlatilag, tehát így leszálltak róla. Így mindenki elfelejtette, hogy amúgy létezett valaha is ez a játék. Ez ugye nem más lesz, mint a Telltale-nek a visszajövőbe játéka, és most még mielőtt elkezdjük, csak kíváncsiságból meg akarom nézni, hogy nekik vajon ez volt az első játékuk, mert én előtte sose hallottam róluk. Mert tudom, hogy ugye a Walking Deadjük tette őket úgymond híressé, de úgy azon kívül, hogy mi volt az első? Ó, nem, volt nekik rengeteg játékuk. Ilyen, még helyszínelők játék is volt az övék. Igen, tehát 2000, hát akkor végig is mondhatni, hogy az első ilyen fajta sztorimesélős játékuk volt talán, vagy híresebb játékuk volt talán a visszajövőben, mert utána jött a Jurassic Park, Law and Order, és akkor utána jött a Walking Dead. Utána a Wolf Among Us. Jó, hát akkor végig is nem az első játékuk volt, én innen ismertem meg őket. Azért is fura, hogy ennyire el van felejtve ez a játék, mert ugye nem minden évben, de eléggé sokszor előkerül ugye az, hogy csinálnának, hát van vagy egy folytatás, vagy egy remake-et az eredeti filmekből, tehát vagy egy teljesen újrafeldolgozás, de ugye a készítők elvileg, tehát van egy olyan szerződésük, hogy amíg élnek, addig nem lehet belőle készíteni, vagy valami hasonló. Tehát van valamilyen fajta papír arról, hogy nem készíthető Hollywoodban, visszajövőbe címmel, olyasmi, amihez ők nem adnak engedélyt. És ugye ehhez képest amúgy én így a játék közben tudtam meg, hogy készült egy visszajövőbe sorozat, egy rajzfilm sorozat, azt nem ismerem. Ezt a játékot meg ugye én annó végigjátszottam, hát nyilván mivel akkor is csórók voltunk, ugye hát szürkén szereztük be a részeket, ugye epizódikusan jelent meg még ez a játék, azt hiszem ilyen vagy havonta, vagy 2 havonta jelent meg. Itt most egybe fogjuk, tehát úgy egybe, hogy az összes részt végig fogjuk játszani, és hát annó ilyen akadozva jöttek mindig a magyarítások hozzá, most elvileg egy ilyen package-es verzió van, tehát szépen le lesz magyarosítva az egész, és ugye, ahogy mondtam, mind az 5 epizódot végig toljuk. Ez amúgy majdnem a közvetlen folytatása lesz a filmeknek, tehát a harmadik film után azt hiszem fél évvel fog játszódni itt az első epizód. Nyilván teltéles, ilyen kicsit rajzolt, kicsit elnagyolt grafikája van, de amúgy szerintem nem egy rossz muri. Felirat be lesz kapcsolva, meg minden, de azt mondom, hogy indítsuk el, és akkor közben meglátjuk, hogy mi van. Na, én azt sajnáltam, hogy a legelejét nem hallottátok a izének, a játéknak, mert amúgy az a nagyon sejtelmes, ilyen csilingelő hangja van, amikor betölt. Jó, Macsára átállítjuk. Itt egy kicsit most feljebb is vettem a játéknak a hangját, mert tehát itt most tényleg tehát ez igazából egy interaktív sztori. Tehát itt például a Walking Deadhez meg hasonló játékokhoz képest annyiba is más lesz, hogy tehát itt nem lesz olyan lehetőség, mint a Walking Deadbe, vagy mondjuk a Telltale-es Batmanbe, meg ezekbe, hogy így vagy úgy alakítsuk a sztorit. Tehát itt egyféleképpen mehet majd a sztori, csak mindig rá kell jönni, hogy ezt hogy tudjuk megcsinálni. Ilyen nagyon apróságokat tudunk változtatgatni, hogy mit tudom én, Márti, amikor majd valami nevet fog magának hazudni, akkor mi lesz az a név, meg ilyenek. Tehát olyan, ami annyira nem befolyásolja a sztorit. Na, felirat be van kapcsolva, felbukkanó szöveg, a segítség szintje szerintem maradhat így. Igen, hát majd, hogyha nagyon-nagyon hangos lenne, akkor majd állítunk. Igen, minden maxon, és ennyi. Na, hát akkor én azt mondom, hogy kezdhetjük is a kalandot. Mielőtt belevágsz, igen, tehát értesítést akarunk kapni mindig, amikor új cél van.
All right, I'm ready.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Emmett Brown. I'm standing on the parking lot at Twin Pines Mall. It's Saturday morning, October 26th, 1985, 1:18 a.m. And this is temporal experiment number 1. Come on, Einie. Hey, boy, get in there. That a boy. In you go. Get down. Get your seatbelt on. That's it.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay.
Please note that Einstein's clock is in precise synchronization with my control watch. Got it?
Right, check, Doc.
Good. Have a good trip, Einstein. Watch your head.
You got that thing hooked up to the car?
Watch this.
Yeah, okay. Got it.
Not me. The car. The car. If my calculations are correct, when this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious shit. Watch this, watch this.
Na, és akkor itt is vagyunk.
What did I tell you? 88 miles per hour! The temporal displacement occurred at exactly 1:20 a.m. and 0 seconds!
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, Doc. You disintegrated Einstein.
Calm down, Marty. I didn't disintegrate anything. The molecular structure of both Einstein and the car are completely intact.
Where the hell are they?
The appropriate question is, when the hell are they? You see, Einstein has just become the world's first time traveler. I sent him into the future. 1 minute into the future, to be exact. And at precisely 1:21 a.m. and 0 seconds, we shall catch up with him and the time machine.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine out of a DeLorean?
The way I see it, if you're gonna build a time machine into a car, why not do it with some style? Besides, the stainless steel construction made the flux dispersal. Look out!
Doc?
Huh, that's peculiar.
Where's the car, Doc?
It should have caught up with us 27 seconds ago.
Doc, what happened to Einstein?
No need for concern. It's probably just a minor miscalibration of the time circuit. Marty, could you get my notebook? It should be in the toolbox.
Tehát most gyakorlatilag az első filmnek az eleje, csak annyi, hogy itt most hát van egy kis gond, hogy ugye tehát itt amikor ugye kiábált, akkor Einsteinnek ugye meg kellett volna jelennie a kocsival, mint a filmben, de itt ez nem sikerült.
Notebook. Got it. Flux capacitor?
That's it!
What the heck's a flux capacitor?
My latest invention. The thing that makes time travel possible. In this notebook, I've detailed the nearly 3 decades of scientific breakthroughs necessary to build a working time machine. If it ever fell into the wrong hands, the consequences could be catastrophic. Let's see. Is mass equals I times Z, and E equals the square root of Z times C squared, and the...
Doc, something's way off here. Doc?
Great Scott!
Doc, what is it?
I've made a horrible mistake.
Doc! No!
I'm sorry, Marty.
Doc, come back! Doc! Doc!
Marty, is everything okay?
Yeah, Mom, it was just a nightmare. I was in the past, and Doc was there.
Well, you're safe and sound now, back in good old 1986. But you'd better get up. Your father's waiting for you.
Huh?
Weren't you going to meet him over at Doc's?
Holy crap, I'm late!
Na ez mondjuk annó nem volt megcsinálva, ez kurva jó, hogy még a logó is magyar.
Dad, are we too late to stop the sale?
Better late than never. You wouldn't believe how much rare stuff there is back here.
That's Doc stuff. The city has no right
Now,
to.
son, I know you're upset, but your friend's been gone for months, and the city really seems hell-bent on using his land for that new parking garage. And, hey, is that a first edition Jules Verne?
It's just not fair. But at least things can't get any worse.
Hey, Marty!
Hi, Biff.
Come to see if the old crackpot had any buried treasure?
Nah, I guess I'm just remembering.
Na, tehát most meg kell, mert az a lényeg, hogy akkor elvileg ugye a Doki az a harmadik film óta nincs itthon, és hát tehát így gyakorlatilag kilakoltatják, a cuccait eladják, úgyhogy most keresni kell veszélyes dolgokat.
I miss Einstein. A fish tank? I never knew Doc raised fish. Doc's fish had weird taste in decor. I kind of like Doc.
Hey, let me...
Now, Biff, leave Marty alone. This is a very emotional time for him.
Oh, sure. Sorry, Marty.
I wonder why Doc didn't take any of these with him.
Does nature contrive it so that even with a time machine, you can't intervene, to prevent your own conception, for example.
Jennifer'd like that. She's into old stuff.
Jó, nincs több semmi.
I'd better stick around. Doc might have left something important behind, and you wouldn't want it to end up at Biff's place. Doc built this model of downtown Hill Valley way back in 1955. The clock tower in the courthouse even works. What the? Is that Doc's notebook in there?
Hey, that looks just like the courthouse. You gotta hand it to the old coot. He was good with his hands.
Biff, can I see that a minute?
This would look great in my fish tank. Give the old carp something new to nibble on.
Mhm.
Can I see that model courthouse for just a second? I need to get something out of it.
Like what? A not guilty verdict? That was a joke.
Oh, but really, can I?
No, I think I'll hold on to it.
Give it here, Biff.
Well, well, look at what we have here. Looks like plans for something. What's a flux catheter?
It's none of your business. Doc asked me to...
Brown's worm food, kid. But this looks like it might be worth something. Ha!
Mert amúgy pont ezt álmodta, hogy ugye rossz kezekbe kerülhet a füzete. És akkor itt vannak ilyen tippek. Mindegy, ezt a sugót szerintem ezt maximum akkor fogjuk használni, hogyha tényleg nagyon nem megy.
Hey, Biff. It's just a notebook with Doc's scribblings. What did Doc ever accomplish?
Nothing.
Then it's worthless, right?
If it was really worthless, you wouldn't want it so bad.
Faszom.
I'll pay you for it.
How much? Not enough.
Kurva anyádat. Hát ezeket meg azért nem mondom, mert úgyse érdeklik.
That notebook wouldn't mean anything to you. You wouldn't even understand what's in it.
You calling me ignorant?
Igen, éppen annak.
Never mind. Hey, Dad, why's my guitar got a price tag on it?
Sorry, son. Must have been an overzealous clerk. Just pick it up. I'll iron things out with the bank.
Most már van eszközünk is. Hoppá. Ezeket valahogy meg lehet vizsgálni.
I
Így.
keep this picture of my dad to remind me that even the most hopeless losers can grow up to be pretty cool guys.
Azt hiszem ezt ide kell rakni az erősítőhöz.
Here's an oldie, but a goodie. 1, 2, 3.
Hey, look, it's Chuck Butthead. Let me show you how it's done.
Now, Biff, I think that's Marty's guitar.
Oh, gosh, you're right, Mr. McFly. Here you go, Marty. Let's hear a few licks. Wow, that was sizzling hot, like a melting ice cube.
Tehát valahogy el kell intézni, hogy George ne pofázzon közbe.
Who's running this sale anyway?
Oh, that'd be me, son.
You? Why?
Well, once it became apparent that the bank was going through with the sale, I volunteered to oversee it in order to make sure that Doc's stuff would be treated with a modicum of respect. Isn't that right, Biff?
You got it, Mr. McFly.
I'm telling you, this sale is a joke. Doc's only been gone for a few months, and I happen to know.
Yes, you've told us he's not dead. He's on a trip. Let's say you're right. Have you considered that this trip may not have been entirely voluntary? I hate to say it, but Doc's run up some pretty sizable debts around town. Maybe he's just hiding from his creditors.
That notebook is Doc's legacy. I've got an obligation to protect it.
Now, hold on a minute. Didn't you just get done telling me Doc's still around? Off traveling somewhere?
Yeah?
Then how is it your obligation to protect his legacy? You can't have it both ways, Marty. If Doc's alive, he can protect his own legacy.
Úgyhogy nincs itt.
About Biff. Dad, I know you're trying to help.
He talks a big game, son, but he's not so tough. I've been dealing with him a long time. Believe me, I can handle him.
So can I.
I guess you can. Okay, son, I'll stay out of your way, but you know where to find me.
Akkor szerintem most megint gitározni kell.
I'll keep looking around. Thanks, Dad. And now, something your kids are really gonna like.
Thanks for warming them up for me, butthead. Well, it's 1 for the monkey, 2 for the snow, 3 to get ready now. Go, Scott, go.
Hát de miért nem vette ki? Azt hittem, hogy eddig kiveszi a füzetet.
Let's make some noise.
Aha, akkor majd most.
You want to hear a number by Biff and the Biff-Tones? Always happy to play for my adoring fans. Now watch me blow the lid off this joint.
Whatever you say. Rock on, Biff.
Oh, shit.
Na végre.
Doc, where are you?
Igen, ez ugye azért is érdekes, mert ugye a harmadik film végén ott a DeLorean az összetört.
Doc? Einstein! Where do you come from, boy? Didn't you bring Doc with you?
És beszarok, hogy nekem ez most tűnt fel, hogy még ez a régiben nem volt, hogy még a textúra is magyar. Itt is a hónap, nap, év, óra, még a délelőtt, délután is le van fordítva. Ez kurva jó lett ez a fordítás.
I can use those to enter a date into the time circuits. I can use those to enter a date into the time circuits. Looks like the time circuits still work. Now I only need to know when to look for Doc.
Marty?
Ah!
Marty, if you're hearing this recording, then the DeLorean's automatic retrieval feature is a resounding success.
Automatic retrieval?
In case of my failure to return to the DeLorean within an allotted time, I programmed the time machine to jump to these 4-dimensional coordinates without me. As you are well aware, time travel is an inherently risky activity, and despite my elaborate precautions, there's always a possibility that I could land in trouble sometime. And that sometime is now, or then, or maybe later.
He's in trouble.
Marty, you come to my rescue in the past, or was it the future? Anyway, I'm relying on you to do it again. Please take the DeLorean back, or forward, to whatever it is. I'm stuck in time. When you get there, I'm sure you'll figure out what to do.
That's it? Aren't you gonna tell me when that is?
Just go to the date specified on the time circuit readout under the heading marked Last Time Departed. Good luck.
Right. Last time departed. Oh, jeez. Come on. Crap! Oh, great. How am I supposed to find him now?
De amúgy azt hiszem talán a második részben is pont az utolsó indulási idő volt, ami szarakodott.
Okay, Doc, I know I haven't seen you in a few months, but I'm pretty sure this isn't your shoe.
Akkor itt ezt
I
gondolom
can use
ennyi.
those to enter a date into the time circuits. Once I know when to look for Doc.
Jaj, tényleg a cipővel kell megkerestetni az ezét, hogy hova kell menni.
What do you know about this shoe, Einie? Great Scott! I think he's onto something. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. How's this supposed to lead me to Doc, Einie?
Step away from the door!
Ah!
Now, let me get a look at you.
Einstein, come on!
Just as I suspected. Hooligans! Get along now! Scat!
Can you let me in? I've got something to show you.
What is it? Let me see.
Gondolom a cipő.
A shoe? Now what would I want with a... Huh? Stay there! Leave that creature outside!
Sorry, Einstein.
Well, took you long enough.
There's a lot of stairs.
To return the shoe, I mean. I lost it ages ago. You can put it down next to the other one. Much better. So neat and orderly. I suppose you'll be wanting some sort of reward now.
No,
All I've got is tea and candy.
But...
I'm sorry I called you a hooligan. I try not to jump to conclusions, but after all, 9 out of 10 people in this city are hooligans. It's a fact. Look it up. Have a seat, Sonny. Hey! You kids! Put out those cigarettes!
Hú, én ráadásul én ismertem olyan embert, akiről tudom, hogy 5 év múlva ugyanilyen lesz.
Miss Strickland?
Jack! Diane! I know what you're doing behind that tree!
Tutira ilyen lesz.
Yes?
Do you remember when you lost your shoe? shoe? That shoe over there.
Oh, that shoe! Huh. Hi, what a nosy Nelly! No one likes a busybody, you know.
But
Oh, fine, let me think about it. Yes, I remember. I lost it in a scuffle with a dog. Oh, when was it? Oh, yes, the day that speakeasy burned down.
a speakeasy in Hill Valley?
Don't act so surprised, young man. Your generation doesn't hold a copyright on moral depravity, you know. Sin has been on the prowl in Hill Valley since the day it was founded.
Wow, a speakeasy. That must have been wild. Is it true they used to drink gin out of slippers like my grandma said?
Don't romanticize the past, young man. Prohibition was a time when gangsters ruled the town while honest citizens quaked in their beds.
So where was it? That speakeasy that burned down, I mean.
That was ages ago. If you're looking for bootleg hooch.
No, I'm just curious, that's all. I'm a student of history.
Student of history, my Aunt Fanny. Yeah, your generation of hooligans and slackers could give two ripe figs about history.
Miss Strickland?
Oh, video store!
Huh?
The speakeasy used to be hidden in plain sight down there in the town square, right where that disgusting videotape rental store squats today.
So the video store building must have gone up after the speakeasy burned down.
The following year, as I recall.
Doing some stargazing?
No, I set my sights on lower things. Is that?
Tenant! Get away from that hubcap before I call your father!
What's with all these newspapers?
This is my personal archive. I've got every issue of the Hill Valley Telegraph ever published.
Get out! Every single issue?
From 1871 to the present. If it happened in Hill Valley, you'll find it in my stacks.
I guess somewhere in these stacks there must be an article about the speakeasy burning down.
Naturally. I probably wrote it myself. I was quite a reporter back in the day.
Any idea what date that article came out?
Well, obviously the day after the speakeasy burned down.
Akkor itt más már tőle nem tudok
Don't let me
kérdezni.
keep you from your business.
You there! Don't even think about tossing that Kleenex on the ground!
Mert úgy emlékszem, hogy először valahogy meg kell nézni, hogy tehát magát a videókölcsönzőt.
If I take a look?
Go ahead, dear.
Rebuilt in February 1932. So the fire must have happened before then. But when? I need a date.
Don't look at me. I'm far too old for you.
Igen, végül is szerintem ezt nem tudták volna sehogy sem megoldani így a magyar nyelvbe, hogy ez úgy kijöjjön viccesen. Mert hogy angolul a date az a dátum, meg a randi. Aha. Akkor az újságok között kell megkeresni.
Don't touch those! My newspapers are in pristine condition and meticulously organized. Not about to let some street punk get jam all over them.
Mint hogy olyan retkesek lennénk.
The candy looks older than I am.
that if I were you. Ms. Pretty Whiskers is very particular about who handles her food.
Man, she keeps it hot in here.
That's the kettle. I'll be right back with some tea. Then don't touch anything.
És ugye most gyorsan a újságokat megnézzük.
Let's see. Ground broken on site of former speakeasy. Singer vanishes. Hill Valley Expo delights crowd. Soup kitchen exposed. Here we go. Speakeasy arsonist slain. Legal procedure gave way to old-fashioned vengeance last night when a mob descended on the Hill Valley police station. The suspect in the speakeasy arson case, a drifter known as Carl Sagan, was pulled from his... Carl Sagan? It's Doc! Killed by a mob. What's the date? June 14th, 1931. Jeez, I gotta rescue him.
My newspapers!
Sorry, Miss Strickland. Let me...
No! You've gotten my history out of order! Oh, do you know how long it'll take to fix what you've done? Oh, get out! Get out! Get out!
Help! Police! I'm being attacked by hooligans!
Marty! Where you been, son? And what are you doing in that getup?
Didn't I tell you? I got the lead in the school play. We're doing...
Grapes of Wrath?
Right.
Oh, Steinbeck! Who are you playing? Never mind, you don't have to explain. I'm sure whatever it is you're up to, you know what you're doing, right?
I hope so.
Hey, sometimes you gotta go out on a limb for the ones you love, right? Wish my dad had understood that. You won't stay away too long.
You'll barely know I was gone. You ready to go,
De
Einstein?
még jó, hogy George nem kérdezett rá, hogy amúgy ez a kocsi, ez micsoda.
Time circuits? On. Flux capacitor? Fluxy. Okay, if Doc's gonna get killed on June 14th, 1931, I'll just show up the day before and get him out. I hope you know what you're doing, Doc. Einstein, where'd you go now, boy?
Young man! Excuse me, young man!
Who, me?
You're the only man in the street, and I'm looking for a man-in-the-street reaction. Naturally, you know about the explosion that destroyed this illegal gin establishment.
I read about it, yeah.
What's your opinion of Carl Sagan, the stranger who single-handedly did what the law has been unable to do for 10 long years, namely, rid Hill Valley of the scourge of liquor?
There's gotta be some sort of mistake here. Carl wouldn't do something like that.
It's surprising the lengths a person will go to when it's a clear-cut matter of right and wrong. You've got an honest look about you. You do support the side of righteousness, I trust.
You can mark me down as a supporter.
The young man said, flashing a boyish yet virile grin. Hill Valley needs more upstanding youths like yourself. Do you have a message for the vicious gangsters who still roam these streets, no doubt plotting to corrupt our citizens with another den of booze, sin, and debauchery?
Utánuk megyek. Inkább
No,
nem.
not really.
That's the spirit. Destroy them with indifference. If we refuse to patronize their establishments and glorify their wicked exploits, they'll soon be exposed for the pathetic wretches they are. May I get your name?
Yeah, it's...
Michael Corleone.
Michael Corleone.
Thank you for sharing your candid opinions, Mr. Corleone. Edna Strickland, Hill Valley Herald.
I know. I met you back. I'm familiar with your work.
You read my column? How sweet! I know it's just an etiquette column, but I believe it'll lead to bigger and better... Oh!
Einstein, no. Down, boy.
Is this wretched creature yours? He assaulted me once before.
What's got into you?
Aggressive dogs must be kept on leash at all times. It's the law. Look it up.
Doc. I gotta find Doc.
De ez a nő, ezek szerint akkor ugye eltelt 55 év a jelen, meg ez az idő között, de ez a nő ez már olyan zsémbes, mint 50 évvel később. Na, mentünk egyet. Nem lehet menteni? De. Meg annyi, hogy nagyon picit lejjebb veszem a hangot. Így. Na. Mi a feladatunk? Keressük meg a dokit.
Hey, can I get some moose?
What does this look like? A hunting lodge?
You gonna buy anything?
No.
Then get out, Bob.
Milyen kedvesek itt.
I guess this is where the speakeasy burned down. How'd Doc ever get mixed up in that? Hello?
No solicitors!
How can I help you, sir?
Without any money, I don't really have any business in there.
Ők tényleg, hogyha lecsukták, akkor... Ja, ha itt lesz.
What are you doing here?
You sent for me, Doc.
I did? When?
May 14th, 1986.
1980? The automatic retrieval system. Of course. I'd almost forgotten about that.
So what's our plan for getting you out of here?
Plan? We don't need a plan.
We don't.
Not in the slightest. The police picked me up for that speakeasy fire a couple of weeks ago, but the DA hasn't got a case. They're releasing me tomorrow morning.
So basically, I traveled 50 years into the past to deliver your car?
Sorry about that, but it's so wonderful to see you. We have a lot of catching up to do.
Yeah, you might want to hold off on that, Doc.
Great Scott! I'm going to be gunned down by gangsters on the steps of the courthouse.
Why would they do that?
Guess they didn't approve of my burning down their speakeasy.
Very funny, Doc. Maybe now we should come up with a plan?
A plan? Right. But what?
Hát még talán a leglogikusabb az az, hogyha még visszamegyünk.
Why don't I take the DeLorean, go back in time before you were arrested, and stop you from getting caught in the first place?
Don't even think about it. Without my unjust incarceration, the events that sent you into the past might never happen, resulting in a paradox of continuum-shattering proportions.
Jeez, we've been back together for 5 minutes, Doc, and you're already talking about the end of the universe. I've missed that.
Don't be ridiculous, Marty. I was only referring to the end of the universe as we know it.
Tehát magyarul azért nem mehetek még jobban vissza, mert hogyha megakadályozom azt a cselekményt, ami miatt egyáltalán Marty idejött, akkor abból lehetnek rossz következmények.
Well, I suppose I could just get some dynamite and break you out of jail.
No, that's far too dangerous. Not just to me, but to random innocent people in the past. The repercussions could be... That's it!
What's it?
My rocket-powered drill.
You have a rocket-powered drill?
Not yet. I haven't built it yet.
You've lost me, Doc.
Listen, a few months ago, my 17-year-old self sent in a patent application for a rocket-powered drill. I abandoned the project after I never heard back from the patent office, but the prototype should be nearly complete.
Great, I'll just run back to your lab and...
No, I said nearly complete. You'll need me to help you finish it.
How the hell am I supposed to sneak a half-finished rocket-powered drill into your cell?
Not me! 1931 me!
Wait a minute, Doc. You want me to convince your 1931 self to build a rocket-powered drill to break you out of jail?
Precisely!
Igen, de olyan kurva egyszerűen hangzik.
Won't talking to yourself cause, irreparable damage to the space-time continuum or something?
It should be fine. I've already invented the idea of the rocket drill. You've just got to goad my younger self into finishing the prototype.
How am I supposed to convince your younger self to finish the rocket drill? Just tell him I need to break his older self out of jail?
Absolutely not. Whatever you do, you can't tell my younger self anything about time travel. I won't come up with the inspiration for the flux capacitor for another 24 years.
Then what am I supposed to...
Just be your charming self. From what I remember, I'm a pretty easygoing kid, so enlisting me in a scientific adventure should be a piece of cake.
Okay, let's say I go along with this crazy idea. Where can I find you? I mean, the other you.
How should I know? It was over 50 years ago. Why don't you go over to the soup kitchen next door and give my house a call? They'll know where to find me.
Soup kitchen. Got it.
Just stay away from the soup. It'll cause irreparable damage to your digestive system.
I guess I better get started. Don't worry, Doc. I'll get you out of here in no time.
I'm not worried. Once you and my younger self put your heads together, you'll be unstoppable.
Hát ide kell átjönni.
McFly? Biff? Kid? Grandpa?
That's Mr. Tannen to you, Artie. What are you doing out here?
Well,
I was getting kind of hungry, so I figured I'd come down here for some free soup.
Just thought I'd come down for some soup. Think, McFly. The DA's throwing around subpoenas like Babe Ruth.
I don't think Ruth's a pitcher anymore.
Shut it. If one of those subpoenas landed in the hands of my number cruncher, I'd be in a whole lot of trouble. I could even get sent up the river. You wouldn't want that, would you?
Would you? No, of course not, kid.
All right, that's better. What are you looking at, punk?
Keep your eyes on the soup, kid.
Well,
Well, what?
what are you still doing here?
Sorry, kid. I'll just run back to the safe house.
You do that. And McFly,
Yes?
that hat's too flashy. You better let me hold on to it. Now scram!
You got it, boss.
And don't come out until I give you the all clear. I swear, if even one of you mooks could add 2 + 2 without your fingers, I'd dump that wimp into the lake. Hey, anyway, I'm off to make myself irresistible. Don't let anyone burn down the shop while I'm gone.
De akkor ugye ezek szerint az egész történelem arról szól, hogy a Tennem család folyamatosan csicskítja a McFly-okat, amíg ugye 55-ben Marty közben nem lép.
I better not talk to him. I don't want to mess up his timeline.
Brown residence?
Hi. Do you know where I could find Emmett Brown?
Young Master Brown is currently tending to his clerking duties at the courthouse. Who may I say is calling?
The courthouse? Doc never told me he worked at the courthouse. Those who once ate delicacies are destitute in the street. Cheery.
Akkor gondolom most át a bíróságra.
Don't touch those. These are very sensitive legal documents. Nobody is supposed to handle them but sworn officers of the court. Papa, I mean, Judge Brown says so.
Judge Brown? Doc. Nice to meet you. I'm Michael, Corleone.
Emmett Brown. But I am a law clerk, not a doctor. Now please get out of my way. I have important business to transact. Naturally aged.
Az még a doki azt mondta, hogy ezért milyen laza kölyök volt.
What am I missing here? Or do we...
Listen, Emmett, you don't know me, but I'm your friend.
I'm not big on friends. They get in the way of work.
See, I'm sort of in the science business myself. That's why I sought you out.
Not that I care in the least, because science is the furthest thing from my own area of interest, which is law, but I don't believe you.
It's true. I'm a scientist.
So tell me something, Mr. Scientist, from your vast storehouse of scientific knowledge.
The leg bone's connected to the thigh bone?
Amazing.
What's this important business you're up to?
It's a legal matter, very complicated, very abstruse. I need to obtain 5 sets of initials on every copy of this writ of indemnification before before Judge Brown can even think of granting a waiver to the party in the first part.
You have no idea what it's about, do you?
That's how important it is.
Listen, I understand you're working on a new invention in your lab.
Invention? You must have me mixed up with somebody else. I'm in law. I have absolutely no interest in science. Oh, let's start over. Force equals mass times acceleration, of course. That's Newton.
Come on, wait up a minute.
You again? Can't you see I'm busy?
Okay, so you don't want your old man to know. That's fine. Listen, we all keep secrets. But I'm telling you, you can level with me about this science project of yours.
I am not a scientist. Go ahead, ask me what E equals.
What does E equal?
I have absolutely no idea. See? I don't know where you got your information from about me, mister, but you're wrong, wrong, wrong. H.
Akkor azok szerint vele nem tudok mit kezdeni. Hát, hogyha megmutatom a diktafont, az nem jó, mert akkor az időt kavar. És hogyha a jegyzetfüzetet... Csak gyere már, hogy...
Will you just give me a chance?
Harassment's a federal crime, Mr. Corleone.
Come on, Doc. Emmett, drop the Legal Eagle Act. I got something more important for you to do.
Mr. Corleone, I'll have you know that the law is the very mortar that holds society together, and we in the legal profession are like brick masons building the edifice of the future.
Your dad tell you that?
Every morning.
So, Emmett, what time are you through with work?
Depends. On weeknights, Pop sometimes keeps me in the office till 9.
9 at night? But today's Saturday.
Right. So I probably won't get off before 10.
How about you knock off work early and I'll buy you a beer, or soda. What do you say?
Don't try to tempt me from my duty with sugary beverages. Keeping the wheels of justice turning, that's my one passion in life. Besides, if I left before 8, my pop would kill me.
Sounds like you're a little scared of your father.
Scared of my father? Pop is the most learned, just, incorruptible judge that Hill Valley has ever seen. The only people scared of Judge Brown are people with a dark secret to hide. And I don't have a dark secret to hide.
Come on, you could trust me, Doc. Emmett, it's your future I'm looking out for, in more ways than one.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about you and science.
Oh, that word again! If you insinuate I'm a scientist once more, I'll sue you for defamation of character! The inverse of A might well be equal to
Jó,
A.
tehát biztos lehetünk benne, hogy akkor nem jó a naplós. Akkor most mi lesz?
Psst, Doc!
Marty, have you found my younger self yet?
Well, I met your younger self.
Great.
And I gotta say, you're kind of uptight.
What?
You won't even talk to me.
I find that hard to believe. Tell me what happened.
You know, your younger self seems really dedicated to the law.
It's a facade, I assure you. I had to keep up appearances to appease my father.
I tried asking him about your rocket drill, but he says he's not a scientist.
What? What? Father.
What's he got to do with this?
In 1931, I was still deathly afraid of my father discovering the truth about my scientific predilections. So I carefully kept them under wraps, practicing science at odd hours, away from his prying eyes.
That sucks.
It sucked a lot. Fortunately, I eventually stood up to him. But right now, my younger self probably thinks you've been sent by my father to check up on me.
What do I do to convince Teen Doc that I'm not a spy?
I'm not sure.
Why does your younger self mutter all the time?
Muttering? Why would I be muttering? I never mutter unless... The Hill Valley Expo!
The Expo?
Yes, the Expo. How could I have forgotten? In a few months, younger me will put on a demonstration at the Hill Valley Exposition, my first public foray into the world of science. Everyone in town will be there, including a number of noted inventors who shaped my career.
So, it was a big success?
No, it was a miserable failure, but it was a spectacularly miserable failure. One which marked my transition from an amateur garage scientist into a professional seeker of truth.
What does this expo have to do with you muttering all the time?
When I was younger, I used to relieve stress by working on complex mathematical conundrums. No doubt my younger self was working on some impossible problem in an attempt to work off cerebral steam in the weeks before the exposition. What was I muttering about?
I don't know. H to the something with an inverse of something else. I'm not so good at equations.
That's too bad. I bet if we could solve my younger self's problem, he'd be more inclined to listen to you.
I still can't figure out what your younger self is muttering about.
Blast! If only I could hear him myself.
Na, erre emlékszek.
Let's talk about your younger self's problems later.
Okay, but don't forget we're on a bit of a deadline here.
A diktafonnal kell felvenni. Na most hol van vajon a fiatal doki? Ott.
Don't think, Emmett, think. H to the A multiplied by the inverse of A. H to the A multiplied by the inverse of A. By the inverse of A might well be equal to A's expectation.
So, Doc, does this ring a bell?
Don't think, Emmett, think. H to the A multiplied by the inverse of A. H to the A multiplied by the inverse of A.
Good grief! Is that me? I sound so...
Young?
I was gonna say intense. I forgot how wound up I used to get.
Yeah, but what are you muttering about?
Oh, that's easy. It's Ivanov's conundrum. Just tell my younger self that H equals the Hamiltonian operator.
Won't giving him the answer mess up the time stream?
Only if it turns out that reality is actually nothing more than a holographic illusion created by the interplay of subatomic particles on a vast two-dimensional membrane.
So...
It'll be fine.
Will you just give me a chance?
Harassment's a federal crime, Mr. Corleone.
Maybe H equals the Hamiltonian operator.
What did you just say?
I said maybe H equals the...
Hamiltonian operator?
Yeah!
Great Scott! If H is a Hamiltonian, then H to the A multiplied by the inverse of H can only be the same as the expectation value for A. That's it! That's the solution to Ivanov's conundrum, the problem I've been wrestling with in my head all week!
I'm sure you would have figured it out by yourself in a day or two. The way you figured out how to build that rocket-powered drill.
Where did you learn so much about science?
Well, it's like this.
You know about my rocket-powered drill? Then there can only be one explanation.
What?
You're from the patent office. I confess I didn't quite know what to expect when I sent the paperwork, but I never expected this. Welcome! I'm at your service. What can I do for you?
Can I see your rocket-powered drill?
Of course, of course. Naturally, it's just a scale model, but it's nearly operational. I can show it to you, say, first thing in the morning?
Nah, that's no good. I need to see a full-size model. That's fully operational. Tonight. Otherwise, we'll have to award the patent to a competing inventor, Dr. McCoy.
It can't be done! I mean, it might be possible to construct a full-size working model in that time frame, but I haven't got the main ingredient for the fuel.
I'll get it for you. What is it?
190 proof grain alcohol. And you know how difficult it is to get a hold of alcohol these days.
Especially now that someone's blown up the speakeasy.
And besides, there's no way I can get off work until I've delivered the subpoena. It's part of the investigation into the business affairs of Kid Tannen. Is it vitally important you see that rocket-powered drill today?
Yes. Is it vitally important you deliver that subpoena today?
Yes!
Listen, I'll help you deliver it, and I'll see to it you get the alcohol you need. It'll help you get that drill finished by tonight. Deal?
Deal. Here's the subpoena.
I've got to subpoena my grandpa?
It's Kid Tannen.
Hey, I just saw him at the soup kitchen, yelling at Arthur McFly.
I'm not surprised. Arthur does the books for his business.
What kind of business?
That's what the DA is trying to find out.
Let's go talk to him.
No!
Why not? Kid Tannen can tell us where Arthur's hiding.
Yeah, well, he can also have us fitted for a Chicago overcoat.
Eltűnt a feladat.
What the hell, Matches? You got kiwi all over my socks!
Sorry, boss.
Get out of here. How about you?
Huh?
I'm sitting at a shoe shine booth. You walk up. Either you're here to shine my shoes, or you got a death wish. Which is it?
I guess you won't talk about your business.
Why not? I got nothing to hide. I recently acquired controlling interest in the Sisters of Mercy soup kitchen.
Isn't a soup kitchen an odd line of business for a guy like you?
I like soup. Plus, I got a heart as big as all outdoors. Buff a little harder. I want to see myself in the toes.
I'm looking for a guy named Arthur McFly. He's my, sort of a relative.
Well, he's my employee. He's very busy today.
So when do you think Arthur will be leaving the office?
When I tell him he can leave the office. Hey, you missed a spot.
Since you're Arthur's boss, you know where he is, right?
He's at the, office.
Where's the office?
I forget.
Isn't that Arthur McFly's hat you're holding?
It was McFly's hat. Now, it's my peanut bowl.
Could I buy Arthur's hat off you?
Could you keep your mind on your work, huh? Shoeshine boy? Hanging on to my peanut bowl.
Can I have some peanuts?
Why not? I'm a magnanimous kind of guy. Go ahead, knock yourself out.
Hey, kid!
Yeah?
What the hell is that?
Hey!
What did you do?
Give me that hat, you lousy crook!
Emmett! Emmett!
Nobody makes a monkey out of Kid Tannen! Ow! Fix me up!
Where'd you learn how to move like that?
Sandlot football. They used to call me the Streak.
Get out!
Ami nekem ez most tűnt fel, hogy az ügyvédi irodá az úgy írja, hogy Law Offices of Gail Zemeckis, az a Fine, az meg nem tudom ki. Tehát, hogy magyarul ugye Robert Zemeckis, meg Bob Gale. Aha, tehát akkor kalap alapján fogjuk megtalálni izét. De hol van Einstein? Ott van.
Hey, honey, come here for a sec, boy. Hey boy, can you find the guy who belongs to this hat?
Where's he going?
Only one way to find out. Huh, deja vu.
De ott lakik, ahol Edna Strickland lakott. Jó, szerintem innen fogjuk folytatni. Jó, szünetre kell most már menni. Hát igazából még van hátra bőven, még az epizódból is. És ugye 5 epizód van összesen, úgyhogy hát még azért lesz dolgunk. Nekem amúgy ugyanúgy egy ilyen tök jó kis nosztalgia játék, mert ugye visszajövőbéket is szeretem, meg amúgy nekem ez a játék is tetszik. Úgyhogy hát holnap valószínűleg folytatjuk. Addig is sziasztok!